Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, I wanted to come up with something to do for a 3,000 subscriber special, and I kind of jumped the gun and I did the Let's Play. I did the commentary track of both The Force Awakens and Evangelion Q beforehand. So, I was trying to think, what else can I come up with? What else can I do that is kind of iconic enough? At least to myself personally, as just a special. So what we're going to do is we're going to endure CNC4, and this is going to get really ugly. So people in the stream chat, if anybody wants to watch this horrible game, let me know how the audio balance is. I think I got it like working okay. But the game might be too quiet. It's better if the game's too quiet and I'm too loud. But yeah, let me just make sure. So yeah, I'll just start this and then we'll get into this. So just people in the chat, let me know how this is going. I can always restart. Oh boy. Oh, am I really gonna do this? Am I really gonna press this button? Okay. New game. Are you guys ready for shit? Holy fuck, it sucks already. Tazdick? What the fuck is Tazdick? Who's that bitch? Look at that cuck. I mean, this worked pretty well in the original, but okay, yeah, I'll turn the gain up a bit. There we go. Hopefully that's better. They're really gonna do this to Kane? They're really gonna do this to him?
I'm anxious to go back. It's just that I still feel it's too soon. It's just that I miss you when you're on duty.
They couldn't, like, the CNC games have a history of like having hot women. Like in CNC 3, we had Tracia Helfer. Then we had Natasha Hedsridge. We had Gemma Atkinson. And they give us this ugly cunt. Okay, that was uncalled for. Ugly bitch. Whatever.
It's too bad, because it's going to be a hell of a ceremony. Alright. Let me see those eyes. Damn. I do good work.
What the fuck is this? Guys, this is like Command & Conquer at the best. We got Kane, we got Tiberian, we got a global struggle to save humanity. We got some asshole with cybernetic eyes getting bitched at by his wife. Like, look how low budget this is. The full motion video cutscenes from the 1990s. What the fuck?
Listen up, people. Some of you may have heard of the commander from his time spent serving in the Incursion War last year.
What Incursion War? Could you explain, please? No? Okay.
Dr. Pascal and his experimental optical implant.
Don't worry, guys. It's safe. We've been using them down at TCN Central for months. If all goes to plan, we'll have implants fleet-wide before long.
As you were? Gonna do a lot for morale having you on board.
What is it that you did?
All right, we've got a motorcade to protect. Some big wig VIP. Intel reports minimal knowledge.
Can't say who it is.
Now let's keep our guard up.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like how cheap this is.
Commander, the activation of the final Tiberian control network node has drawn dignitaries to New Adana from around the globe. Your assignment is to escort one such VIP into the city. Be alert. GDI INOPS are reporting increased non-separatist activity in the surrounding area.
Like, the cutscenes in this game look substantially worse than they did in the 19... Well, they don't look as that bad. They're higher resolution, but they just look like shit. Compare them to, like, the dark, gritty aesthetics of Tiberian Sun, or kind of the neo-gothic aesthetics of the second game, or just kind of the cartoony stuff of Red Alert. It looks like anus. And this loading system looks like fucking Tiberian... like CNC Generals. Beginning of the end. Look at how shitty these cloud effects are. What the fuck?
Welcome, Commander. I'm here to help you familiarize yourself with our latest battle.
Let me know, guys, in the chat if the whatchamacallit's okay.
And appear at the top of your display, like this.
The graphics look awful. They look substantially worse than they did in CNC3. Look at this. Look at that model. Look how ugly that is. Like, it looks like fucking Tonka truck. I don't know.
That's the convoy we're here to protect.
That's the VIP?
We can deploy our
What the fuck?
in a special area called the deploy zone.
The deploy zone? What? Locate. That was an objective. That's how shitty this game is. They have... Okay. Okay, here we go. The deploy zone.
The bottom left of your display is an interactive map of the mission area. Notice the flashing marker indicating your deploy zone. To proceed, bring your deploy zone into view.
Okay. Is this like... Am I gonna get to build my base now? I don't really see any Tiberian to harvest. Maybe, like, it goes to these areas and harvests Tiberian there. Okay, I'm playing dumb. I know how shitty this is.
Select the offense class option to proceed.
What, there's classes now?
Successful, Commander. Standing by for your next order.
In addition to being mobile, your crawler can unpack into a production structure anywhere on the battlefield. Unpack
What?
now.
There's mobile... How do I build buildings? What the fuck is this? Look how shitty that looks. Like I said, it looks like a fucking Tonka truck.
Blow those rocks away before we can continue the mission.
Oh my god.
Order your units to do so.
This looks awful. So anyways, I'm playing dumb. I've tried playing this game before. I think I got like 2 missions in before I rage quit. As soon as this asshole stops... This is the only Command & Conquer game I can think of that has a tutorial like this.
Go ahead. Take control of it and move it around.
Like, there was tutorial levels in CNC Red Alert 2, but they were a lot less invasive and a lot less annoying than this, if memory serves. This is just god-awful.
Objective complete.
Oh, is this asshole gonna keep bothering me?
Greetings, Commander. Didn't they tell you that it was my convoy you were to be protecting? Let's go.
Okay, not even your hammy acting can save this piece of shit.
New objective received.
Oh, stop bothering me with the fucking constant notifications. Anyways, so yeah. So CNC4 was the long-awaited conclusion to the Tiberian saga. Ever since the
Tiberian has convinced many in the Brotherhood that I am the enemy. Don't be surprised if they pay us a visit.
Is like this shit just gonna be popping up constantly? Are they actually gonna like let me play the game at some point? Yeah, so this was the conclusion. This is like what everybody had been waiting for from the 1990s. Who is Kane? What is Ascension? What is Tiberian? Who are the Skrin? All this stuff was supposed to be finally explained. And EA rushed this game out in like less than a year, if memory serves. Because what happened was EA had bought Westwood, and they basically tore Westwood apart, and they folded it in as part of EALA. And EALA had a couple games that they had been in the works, like Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge. They had started work on Tiberian Wars, etc. But EA more or less just started to force them to rush games out as quickly as possible. So for this one, online play was really big at the moment. So they just said, we're going to take Command & Conquer, and we're going to make it into a class-based online, like, RTS. Like Defense of the Ancients or World of Warcraft, or... No, well, whatever that Warcraft mod is. Let's see here. Okay. Someone's asking in the chat, have I ever played Vampire the Masquerade? Yeah, I love Vampire the Masquerade. It's great. Hunter. Okay. Once again, this stuff just looks so bad. Yeah, so this was a great series. So, I mean, Tiberian Wars was kind of lame. I had really been looking forward to it. That's the third game for it, if anybody wants to know. But Tiberian Wars was kind of forgivable. They were experimenting. They were trying something new. It was kind of their first completely modern CNC game. So, I mean, there is some things that sucked about it, but I think it was entirely forgivable. The cutscenes were still pretty good. It wasn't as good as Tiberian Sun, but it's really hard to match Tiberian Sun, because it's, in my opinion, the best Command & Conquer game. Look at that. Look at that thing. What the fuck? The Scorpion. But yeah, so this is what they came up with. This is the conclusion. Look at the stealth tank. They just made everything like really cartoony. I mean, this is the Tiberian universe. Like some of this stuff, no, it wouldn't even be acceptable in Red Alert. But some of this might be like almost tolerable in a Red Alert game. But this is supposed to kind of be the serious stuff. This is kind of where you're supposed to deal with empires, with revolutions, with death, with just all kinds of really creepy, weird stuff. I mean, I guess Red Alert 1 was maybe the darkest game in the series.
Commander, if you'd be so kind as to deal with this rebel.
New objective received.
So I've been playing Kane's Wrath today, and Kane's Wrath is way better than this. I actually like Kane's Wrath. I think it was substantially better than CNC3 was, although it's much shorter, obviously, being an expansion. That's something Westwood's always done a really good job of, at least after Red Alert 1, is the expansions. Their expansions are like almost full games. Like Firestorm had 2 complete campaigns, neither of which was obviously as long as the CNC2 campaign, but it was still perfectly acceptable. Yuri's Revenge is often considered to be the best CNC game ever produced. This game sucked so hard it didn't even have an expansion, making it, to my knowledge, the only Command & Conquer game to not have an expansion, which is really saying something. So here's the new Obelisk of Light. It looks like a dildo, to be perfectly honest. But this was another franchise EA destroyed. Somewhere somebody did a list of franchises that that EA had demolished over time, and this one was on the list. It's really sad because the Tiberian universe actually had really deep lore. Like, it was kind of something you had to dig to find, and a lot of it was kind of in the intelligence briefings and the supplemental material. But there was lore, and there was no reason for this game to be that bad. It's just, EA just kind of took a franchise they really had no business making into an online multiplayer game and did that. Then again, CNC Online has always kind of sucked.
Most impressive, Commander. Your skill has been noted. Rest assured, we shall meet again.
And, like, Kane's Hemi acting even sucks. Because that was always, like, the thing to look forward to. Joseph Duncan, I think his name is is a very charismatic actor. I mean, he's hammy as fuck and he kind of sucks fails, but he's just awesome. Just how over the top he is. Just, Kane was kind of the heart and soul of the series, and this game makes him look bad. And so we have this shitty online leveling system. Like, why?
I'd say good work if we were protecting a murderer. Should have just left King to burn.
Ma'am, incoming transmission from General Riggs.
Bring it up.
Colonel, I like your report.
That son of a bitch didn't even say thank you.
I'm a pen you a note. Listen, getting separatists.
Who the fuck is this guy? He looks like he's been out in the sun too long.
Didn't forget it. Set course. On our way, sir.
So Gideon's literally like an evangelical minister. He was apparently like an evangelical nod pastor.
From a node located in the new Adana
And he was like traveling the country preaching the gospel of Nod.
extremists led by
And then he didn't like Cain, so he became
necessary. Use force.
like his own faction. So it's like, I don't even know if the Black Hand still exists.
And preparing to assault this TCN relay node. Your job is to defend the structure and keep the fanatics at bay.
Okay, so what do I get this time? Cool, missile turrets. That sounds kind of interesting. Let's see here. I get to play as the defense class in this game. Oh boy.
We have insufficient command points. New objective received. A structure is ready.
So they want me to move over here. Yeah. So, what's the backstory of CNC Tiberian Twilight? So basically, after the events of Cain's Wrath, Cain, there was a couple decades of peace in which Nod had basically been wiped out. And by this point in time, I think it's something like 95% of the Earth's surface has been covered by Tiberian. And it seems like there's only going to be maybe a year or two left before the Earth is completely uninhabitable. So that's kind of cool. So Cain goes to GDI and proposes an unholy alliance. Using the Tacitus and the technology of peace, I guess it is, his decision was to
A structure is ready.
We bring about victory.
His decision was to... Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a minute. Was to side with GDI. The idea being, once he sided with GDI, GDI would be able to build the Tiberian control network, and Cain would provide the technology, and it would allow them to reverse the effects of Tiberian and give them, I guess, kind of total control over it,
Is under attack.
and more or less save the world.
Construction is complete.
So let's see, I can build a bunker. So yeah, so someone pointed out in the chat, they took out buildings, they took out mining, they took out unit production. Like, this is a travesty as big as Q was. And we all know how much Q sucked. But it's like I said, it doesn't even look aesthetically presentable anymore. Okay, how do I get rid of this?
Construction is complete.
Okay, where do I put it there?
Objective complete.
Okay, there we go. They changed the objective marker. Build and deploy a bunker. Can I build units? Oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll build some zone troopers and zone enforcers and zone defenders. So I guess all your infantry are now elite in this game? I don't know. None of this makes any sense. And in CNC3 there were squads, but they got rid of squads. Look at this.
Objective received.
Look at that. What the fuck? Just fuck off, as the mighty Jingles would say. Collect upgrade crystal. So there's not Tiberian anymore, but there's upgrade crystals. Wow, look at that. Ugh. So yeah, so that's Kane's basic idea in how to save the world. Let's see here. Is the Unholy Alliance with GDI. So there's a extremist faction of both GDI and Nod called the Separatist factions.
The node is secured, Commander. Nice work. Now let's find out where those Nod forces are coming from.
New objective received.
Scout TCN control Nod. Okay. Upgrade points.
Gideon's forces are using tunnel networks.
To quote Korox in the chat, too bad that Kane didn't save the series. He was able to save the world, but not this series from complete destruction. Although Red Alert 3 did come out after this. And to be honest, I really liked Red Alert 3. I think people were way too hard on Red Alert 3. Red Alert 3 was a ton of fun. It was just everything that's awesome about the Red Alert series. Just over-the-top, insane shit. Hot women, stuff like that. I don't know. Oh, Korak said that Red Alert 3 came before. Okay, that's true. The thing is, I didn't play this game when it came out. I just looked at it and it said no base building, and I'm just like, I don't really want to touch this. And for good reason. What is this game? This is Command & Conquer 4 Tiberian Twilight. Oh, so bad. Yeah, I don't really do Let's Plays unless it's... Congrats on growing your channel, Argent. Yes. I mean, this stream is going to be over if I don't receive a certain number of bits and cheers. I need at least, like, $100 in order to play a game on stream. And I haven't gotten any money yet today, so... We'll see how that goes. Yeah, congrats on 3,000 subs. Thank you, Saber. Yeah, it's good. I've been working towards it for a while. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So hopefully YouTube ad revenue will recover at some point.
Enemy aircraft inbound.
So yeah, I hope people, if anybody's seen it, I know I kind of spam and put out a lot of content, probably just because I don't have too much else to do in my life. But yeah, there's been a lot of other stuff going on. I've been doing the Sci-Fi Pulsi series. I just put up the Sele one today. I have a couple others made. I have the Golden Path made. I have Bene Gesserit made. I have the Holy Britannian Empire made. Stuff like that. Julian Castillo says, I could have sworn you had more subs, like 12k or something. No, I just get a decent number of subs. I get a decent view to sub ratio, I guess is the best way to describe it. Better than some people do. So I guess it seems like I have more subs than I actually do. So yeah, this game was something. Okay. Like, now you have to capture points, which is just really weird. Okay, so I capture this, and this gives me an artillery turret. Someone says after every video, Tyrone Magnus would say, now 1 million subscribers. Or Keemstar. Drum Alert Nation now over 300,000 strong. Something like that. Look at this. Look at that. What the fuck? Is there any topic for tonight? Nah, I was just playing CNC4 for a while. And just I wanted to take another look at this, so I just figured everyone would suffer with me. But yeah, this is kind of less interesting than I thought it was going to be, because it's not even funny bad, it's just awful. It's I'm kind of struggling even to find anything to say about this. It's just so slow, the graphics are so shitty, the plot line is just horrific. It's literally EA made every bad decision they possibly could when they were making this game.
A unit is under attack.
Let's get to the action, man. Get to the action, man.
We've lost a unit.
Suit it up. Engineer in the field. Engineer in the field. Engineer in the field.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What you got? Sound
Bonus
now.
objective complete.
Tell me where to go. Follow me, ladies. Yeah, man. Follow me, ladies.
Look at how bad this is. It's I don't get it. How can you make something like so much later than something else and have it look so much worse? Anyways, if people want to, I'm not going to like just focus on the game. So if people want to just say stuff in the chat, they can go ahead. Otherwise, we could just laugh at this game.
Insufficient command points.
Ready for assignment.
So yeah, if people want to ask me questions or talk about stuff, I guess maybe people want me to say something about London. I was gonna make a video about it, but I can't anymore on those things. I find it hard to care, to be perfectly honest, and that might seem really callow of me to say, but it's like, fool you once, shame on me. Fool you twice, shame on, we can't get fooled again. I mean, it's pretty obvious what the problem is. It's pretty obvious what the what the solution to the issue is. Okay, so Signa is asking Argent, what do you think about the return of Fash the Nation? I don't know. I don't have anything to do with TRS, as I've said in the past.
Nice work, Commander. The extremists are gone, and the node is ours again.
Okay, I'll go back to talking. I'm just going to see this.
The enemy has lost a crawler.
Okay, I'll answer those stream chat questions after we watch a shitty cutscene. And this bitch is back.
Honey, give me some space. God, what happened? I was just coming here to say goodbye, and you. Was it the implant?
Ma'am, the order came through to evacuate all non-personnel. We'll take care of him.
Okay, just 1 second, please.
We couldn't get like another like hot supermodel, the hot actress at the moment. We have to get her.
Okay.
Like, what is this?
Sir, I've got General Riggs on the comm.
Commander, Giddings extremists are moving on the Scrim Tower research station. Both General Secretary Rios and Kane.
Like, they made this serious, which is fine, because Tiberian's son was serious,
This is a very tenuous.
but they suck at it.
We cannot afford to lose momentum right now.
What?
Riggs out.
Commander, long-range sensors have detected Gideon's forces inbound on the Scrim Tower Research Center.
Okay, so I think in this game this mission I can either side with Nod or GDI. So I'm going to side with Nod, I think, for this one, because of reasons. Yeah.
My crawler is inbound, Commander. You'll have to bolster the limited defenses already in place until I arrive.
All right, Commander. Go ahead and deploy
Okay, so I get support now. Which is actually my favorite class because you get aircraft.
Standing by for the next order.
Non forces have besieged this base. You're going to have to keep it alive until Colonel James reaches the combat zone. We're uploading your first support power now. Repair zone. Use it to keep the base alive.
Used to keep the base alive.
New objective received. Enemy units sighted.
Unnecessary course.
Okay, so comments about what's it called again? About DSP. So yeah, so Darkside Phil, I don't know, it's hard. It's difficult because I understand that he's probably a sociopath. And I understand that he's a horrible person. At the same time, I can't kind of help but feel sorry for the guy. You know what I mean? Because he's just so pathetic. And now he has absolutely no one in his life. He succeeded in alienating everybody. He doesn't have a family anymore. Like, he's alienated his best friends. And now he's lost the last person he interacts with on a daily basis. It's really sad. I mean, he lives completely by himself in his big full serious adult house. He has just no one and nothing in his his life. I mean, DSP doesn't like go out very often. He doesn't even like interact with people outside, like when he's. They couldn't even have a hot black actress. They couldn't get, like, I don't know, Zoe Saldana or somebody. And DSP doesn't really talk to any of his fans. He doesn't have, like, internet friends. Like, I talk to you guys all the time, and I haven't done one in a while, but we have, like, actual conversations. I have a bunch of, some of you, but I have a bunch of friends on Facebook. Some of whom I know in real life, and we have real conversations, sometimes on Skype, sometimes on just things like that. So, we have all those things, but he doesn't have any actual friends. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having the majority of your friends online. I know that'll bother some people, but if you're like me and you live in Pausland, or you live in just an area where I have a friend who lives in an area where pretty much everybody's old, and he's one of the few people his age group there. So I don't really know what he's supposed to do, to be perfectly honest. So I think that that's all very understandable, that he doesn't really have... Oh no, he actually does have IRL friends. But that's partially because he's went to school. But yeah, a lot of people just live in areas where there's not people their age. It's not necessarily their fault, that kind of thing. So that's not really the issue. The issue is he doesn't really talk to them. They just give him money, and they get banned in his chat. He doesn't talk to them on Skype. He doesn't have Facebook anymore. He has people who give him money, who I guess you could kind of loosely call his fans, but it's... He just views them as a source of income. He doesn't view them as real human beings or real heroes. So it's, yeah, so he lives by himself in his serious adult house. And, yeah, there's just nothing to his life. I mean, he doesn't even have a regular schedule. And if you kind of live by yourself, but you have a regular schedule, maybe you have a job... Maybe you have a hobby or something, but DSP has no hobbies. He doesn't have anything really resembling a normal career. The sad thing is that he... Linguini Pasta Lasagna says Drive is a fantastic movie. Yeah, Drive's a good movie. On the topic of movies, I did see Wonder Woman. I'll do a review probably tomorrow. Wonder Woman is actually pretty good. It wasn't as feminist as I thought it was going to be. It was a pretty good movie. The first third was awful. For some reason, there was... for some reason, like 60 to 70% of the Amazons were black. So I guess we were Amazons or something. So that was kind of weird. Other than that, though, it wasn't too bad. It was not a bad movie. Like, I was expecting to hate Wonder Woman, but it pleasantly surprised me. So, I'd probably recommend it, actually, if you're looking for, like, a good superhero movie. Because there's not a ton out at the moment. Who will make, Korok says, who will make DSP sandwich? The sandwich nurse will make DSP sandwich.
New objective received.
So someone says, Mago L says, first half of Wonder Woman was feminist, the rest was pretty good. Yeah, the first third was complete shit. I almost kind of wanted to leave, it was so bad. The rest of the movie was pretty good, though. What is the stream about so far? This stream is just, it was initially just going to be me kind of trying to just make fun of CNC4. But it's so shitty, it's just not even, like, funny bad, it's just bad. Look at this. This is what the new Avatar looks like. Just fuck off. Look at this thing.
The Nod avatar you just destroyed left behind a husk. Your engineer can capture it. You've now been granted access to train engineers.
Oh, thank you. That's very magnanimous of you. Let's see here.
Now that the area is clear, you'll need to reinforce it again. First, you need to redeploy a defense crawler to help construct defensive buildings around the research facility. To the south is an uplink tower. Once you capture it, scrap your current crawler and redeploy a defense crawler.
Let's see here. Redeploy as a GDI defense. How do I do that? I wasn't even really paying attention. You know what I mean?
It is set.
I guess I just go over here and capture this, maybe?
Central command.
Okay, maybe I'll address this just once, because I don't really want to address it multiple times. Were you worried about people seeing your overweight shadow at the anime convention? No, not really. I mean, I am overweight. I do need to lose weight. I'm not particular. I don't think I've ever really made a secret of that. I just don't talk about it very often. So what's my... people are asking what my thoughts on the SOK or the Sons of Kojima. I guess that's kind of my issue. It's not exactly... like, I don't dislike them per se. I just think sometimes they kind of cross a line between making fun of DSP and getting just kind of malicious. And that's just kind of a personal opinion. I guess I kind of prefer the approach of like Theo or Tevin, who I think kind of take a more exasperated, but kind of like they wish DSP would be better. Like that he would kind of overcome the bad aspects of his personality and become a better person. I guess that's kind of how I more feel. And I don't know, the SOK is kind of a bit of a hit or miss for me. Like sometimes I really like what they do. Other times I just think they go too far in the other direction. Super 360 says, I think Tevin is boring, but that's my opinion. I just really like Tevin's voice. I find Tevin is just very relaxing to listen to. He has a very soothing voice. Do a combination of Atkins diet and body for life. Source was fat. No, I have lost weight before, and I'm doing what I do to lose weight. I just was having a lot of trouble just with how stressful work is. That's kind of why I started gaining weight again, but yeah. Thoughts on Matt Heimbach? I don't really know anything about Matt Heimbach, to be perfectly honest. I guess I just haven't been involved with kind of other people in these spheres for a while. What diet do you do? I used to do Weight Watchers back before they ruined it. Nowadays, I just do... I don't know. I'm just starting to try to get... work on us, trying to get exercise on a daily basis, and more importantly, to stop eating between meals and at night. And I think that would, generally speaking, I can lose weight just by doing that. What is your PC specs? Okay, let me just pull up Direct Diag. When are you going to start making low-tier God videos? Frankly, I'm scared of low-tier God, to be perfectly honest. He seems like a fucking psycho. And I'm afraid that him and his fans will flame me. Let's see here. My computer's specs. I have a Dell XPS 8700. I have a i7 8-core 3.6 gigahertz. Let's see here. I have 16 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive, and a GTX 960. So yeah, so just back to diet. So snacks are kind of an issue for me. I kind of take the perspective that it's okay to largely eat what you want, unless, or just not be super concerned with what you're eating between meals. When you have a meal, but you just try not to eat between meals, because eating between meals is really what kills you. And what you eat at mealtime tends to be a lot less bad, if that makes sense. Let's see. Rhea deploys defense crawler. How am I supposed to do this?
Central Command.
Oh, I have to just delete it. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, so just on the subject of the SOK, I guess that's just kind of my issue with them. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't really hate them or anything. I just feel they go a bit far sometimes. And I don't know. I don't even really like to talk about them, because if I talk about them at all, people get really triggered and really upset, and I just don't really want to deal with it. Like if I mention them at all, it makes people angry. So I just try to avoid talking about them. Thoughts on Bill 89? I have no idea what Bill 89 is. I'm sorry. Is that something in Canada? Because I don't follow Canadian politics super closely just because it's too depressing. Have you ever actually dealt with SJWs? Super 360 saying he's a big fan of the SOK. Like, I watch their stuff. In particular, I love their Let's Endures. Their Let's Endures of the Metal Gear Solid series I've watched multiple times. I've also watched their Let's Endure of the Conduit 2, which I think is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I mean, they have a lot of talent, and I do watch their podcasts and enjoy them. I just didn't really like how they handled a couple things, like the whole Jackie Chan false copyright strike thing. I really didn't like some of the stuff they were saying about Panda Lee when he was fired from Machinima, and when he was fired from Machinima, and I don't know, the wedding ring thing. I kind of thought they went too far on that. Hopefully that kind of explains it, but I do watch their podcast. I enjoy it, and I love their Let's Endures. But I don't know, I just think they go too far sometimes. Hopefully that makes sense, and that doesn't get people super angry. I don't deal with SJWs very much, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if they just never... Yeah. Let's see. All right, let's see here next.
Commander, you're quite an adept leader. But you should know, there is much more to this war and to this Tiberium network than what's been revealed to you. Let me show you the truth. Join me.
Do you own a console? Asks Super 360. Does... Do you mean this generation? Because if we're talking last generation, I have a Wii and an Xbox 360.
Obsessed and confused. Would you rather trust her at this crucial hour?
Commander, don't let him corrupt your principles of a GDI soldier. Stay with me.
This generation, I have a new 3DS, and I own like a shit ton of games for my new 3DS.
Your choice, Commander.
Oh, obviously I'm going to go with Kane. Fuck the random black lady.
We're hearing reports of a restructuring within the GDI ranks under Colonel James. This comes at a time when some of her military decisions are under public scrutiny.
And I assure you, the suffering you now endure is nothing compared to what will happen to us all if Kane is allowed to see his plan through.
Cain has spoken, and a moment draws near when your faith will be judged.
How long do you think it's going to be before Kane turns on GDI and exposes Rios for the fool that she is? I can't believe we're still sitting here talking about whether or not we should trust a mass murderer.
What the hell happened to Nod's aesthetics?
Commander,
It looks so bad.
how's my implant? You know, Kane helped me design them.
He wants to know about the visions.
Oh, of course. Well,
So yeah, I have a new 3DS XL. I'm playing Fire Emblem Shadows of Valeria at the moment. Once I finish that, I'm getting Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, or I'm gonna play I Have the World Ends With You. So those are the two next games on the docket.
when time comes, the five of us
Are you playing Need for Speed? What's Need for Speed? I think that's like a racing video game series.
thugs killed Professor Williams yesterday. I'm worried
He's targeting the implants. He knows the implants are key to my ascension.
Why?
This planet.
Why are the implants important? This makes zero sense.
activate all three TCN hubs and align them to the screen tower.
It's like they could only afford one set, and it's like a shitty set.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. James is heading to the shelter district and she's...
That just looks like some guy they took off, like some hipster they took off the street.
Sir, the city has a defense group. There's no way we'll lose.
If we retune the hub in New Adana, that should compromise the grid. If you move quickly, Commander, you might be able to save some of your brethren, including your wife.
Fuck her. Bring back Killian, or Alexa, or Roxana. I want my Nod terrorist waifu back. That feel when no base QT blonde Nod terrorist fanatical waifu. Why even live? Why even live? I wonder if now that Leanna's gone, DSP will start whatchamacallit, making his Let's Plays like his older ones. Because I kind of miss his older Let's Plays, to be perfectly honest. Like, the Tiberian, sorry, not the Tiberian, the the Metal Gear Solid ones were actually, in my view, a work of genius. Because he had, like, amazing running jokes. Like, Kojima World Order is hilarious. What else was funny? Kojima World Order was funny. Just how the whole thing of Kojima being his, like, arch nemesis is really funny. I don't. I don't get why people hate it so much. I don't know. To me, I just thought it was funny. What the fuck is going on? Why did I spawn next to this? Who knows? Thoughts on Clickhole? I have no idea what... Well, Clickhole I don't really know much about, to be perfectly honest. You know what I mean? Let's see here.
Who do I kill next? Poor bastards.
The joke goes on for the whole playthrough. Yeah, I thought that was funny, though. I thought it was hilarious, just how long it went on. I don't know. I thought that was funny. What else did I think was funny? I thought, what was some of the other ones? Kojima World Order was funny. I actually legitimately thought his Heavy Rain playing through was good. I enjoyed that. Actually, I have to do a video, speaking of satire websites, on Eye of the Tiber, which is amazing. Eye of the Tiber is kind of like the Catholic version of The Onion. What do you think will be the end of DSP? I don't know if there's gonna be one, because he's actually financially doing pretty good. If you look at the, like, it's hard to determine, but if you look at the number of donations he gets, he makes a lot more money than I do. He makes, like, you mind, it seems like he's getting like $100 of donations a stream. It's a lot of money. Thoughts on Evalian? Oh, yeah, Super 360. You're really trying to get me, to talk about all the controversial stuff today. I was one of the few kind of figures on the alt-right who was very critical of Evalian, and I made a couple of videos like going after her. I really didn't like her, to be perfectly honest. I thought she was a cam girl. Also, I just don't like National Socialism. I'm sorry. You can call me a bad person or a cuck, but I don't like it. I don't like Hitler worship. All that kind of stuff. She kind of, to me, just seemed like a cam girl. What am I even, like, supposed to be doing? It's an interesting question.
How goes it? New vantage point.
Enemy unit sighted. New bonus objective received.
But yeah, the whole Evalian thing was really weird. I actually took a lot of flack for being critical of her. I remember one of the things that happened was, because I was somewhat critical of her, a lot of people, were flaming me and were like threatening me and saying, Argent, it's your fault that her channel got shut down. And I was saying, like, I don't really like her much myself, but her channel shouldn't be shut down. And I think it's bullshit. And I was, like, expressly against the attempts to shut her channel down. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do, but I digress.
Unit lost. We've captured the building.
Just waiting on orders. Positioning for engagement.
But yeah. Anyways, I think that's probably good. Frankly, I can't stand to play this game any longer, so I'll talk to you guys later.